Hey guys, before the original video starts, I just wanted to put this disclaimer up in the front and just state that I own silver. I bought silver years ago. I remember it was maybe $14 or $15. And I bought a bunch just because I believe that it should go higher. So for those that think that I don't own any silver, just want to let you know that I am an owner. And I haven't been stacking just because I got in at a low price and I'm just holding on to it. Hopefully to see it go higher past 50. So just wanted to put that out there as a disclaimer. Hey guys, today is Sunday, September the 19th of 2021. And I wanted to go over silver using daily Gann price and time technical analysis. I wanted to start out with the cycles. I haven't done a silver video, I don't think, at all. So this is going to be my first one. It's been requested for a while, so I figure I take my time and show you what the data is saying. This is the silver futures weekly chart, and using the spectrum analyzer, the one that jumps out, and I'm using data from analyzing it from 2005 all the way to current date. And what jumps out at me on the spectrum analyzer is the 258 cycle, which is this one you see right here. And on the weekly, it's showing that the cycles are down into 23. There's another strong one that comes out on the analyzer. It's the 86. And the 86 is now pointing up. The dominant cycle is 40, which is this one right here. It's even smaller. And this one is pointing down. So if you take 40 and the 258 that are pointing down, this is what the cycle looks like, a composite. If we take the 258 out and add the 86, this is what it looks like. It's just something interesting to note on the weekly cycles. The 86, the 258, and the 40 kind of show this all together. Take out the 258, and it shows this. Looks. And add the 258, take out the 40, which is the dominant, and it's kind of looking like that. So just something to observe. If you ask me, just looking at the weekly, with the dominant cycle, the 258 cycle is the one that's more, stronger in the spectrum. It's a down cycle. While the 86 is up, then the dominant, it fluctuates. It's down. So you got two down and one up. 86 is up, 40 is down. 40 ends around in January. 258 somewhere around August. It bottoms out in 2023. And then the 86 tops out somewhere in June 22. So interesting to note that. Now, if we go to the daily, on the weekly, the one that jumps out at me, and this is using data from 2018 to now, the one that jumps out at me on the spectrum analyzer is the 362, which is the opposite of what we just saw in the weekly. So it's bullish. Then the next one would be the 163 cycle, and that's a composite of both. Well, let's take the 362 out. You can see that the 163 cycle is pointing up too on the daily. That's the 163. This is the 362. Put those two together, and that's what you get. Kind of a dip here, and it goes up somewhere at least to November. The dominant cycle on the daily is the 75, but this is as close as I could get, which is the 77. And that is up to September. So adding that with 163, add the 362. And there's kind of like a dip coming and then like a pop. So that's what the data is saying. We take the dominant cycle out, a little more cleaner. So take that as you may. The weekly is bearish, and then on the daily is bullish. Now, I went ahead and added the SLV ETF, SLV silver. And what's interesting is that the dominant cycle is bottoming out now, which is 114, bottoming out right here. But that's not happening on the silver. On the silver, it was just starting now to like finishing a top. I mean, if you look at the video, probably should have pointed that out. But the SLV is bottoming out on the dominant cycle, which is like 114. So right now, 331, it jumps out on the spectrum analyzer, which is up on the daily. And then the next one will be the 184, jumps up. So you got two that are very bullish cycles that jump out of the spectrum, the strongest. Add those two together, 331, 184, and it shows a very upward projection, possible projection. And then the 114, which kind of, fluctuates back and forth. I don't really have it exact. The closest I have is 110. It looks like that. So something interesting to notice in regards to the difference between the SLV and the silver's future. That's what kind of caught my eye in regards to the data, and I'm using the same time frames. The weekly on the SLV looks like the futures, which is kind of bearish. Cycles are down, but on the daily they're up. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out, especially now with this little strong sell-off where we just had now last week. Now, what I will say is this all going to play out? I don't know. I always said price is king. So you just got to follow what price is doing. And if it's starting to go up, then chances are maybe this cycle is playing out. So I'll leave that there for you guys to kind of ponder on in regards to the cycles on that. Okay, next thing I want to show you is the seasonalities on silver. So we're in September. This right here is the 50%. And so far, using from 1990 to 2009, 20 years, I'm going to slide this over. We're going to focus on September and October. You can see that it was pretty strong, seasonality. We're going to be going up. September strong. You can see October is very bearish or very weak. Very weak. Keep sliding it. The silver is always a little stronger, way stronger than October. That's from 1993 to 2012. You see how the seasonality is very strong, while October is weak. Look at that. Keep going. It's hovering around 60. Still strong. We'll keep going. Still strong. Still above around that 60%. You see the October is coming out of like this bearish scenario and kind of heading higher. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. You see now October from 2000 to 2019. October doesn't seem that bearish. It's kind of more like flat. But from 1990 to 2009, October was very bearish. Let's see, we're around here. We'll keep going. This is 2001 to 2020. It's almost flat. You can't really get an edge. And September's flat, and October's just a little bit, a little stronger on the bullish side. So something to watch. Interesting. Where this data is showing, from like 1990, 2009, very weak. And now kind of where we at now, 2002 to 2021, flat, September flat to a little bullish on October, and then maybe November a little weaker. Something to keep down in the back of your mind in regards to silver. And this next chart I have, this is the XAGUSD. I had to use this chart because this is the one that gave me the most data. And it goes all the way back to, the data is not really clean. It gets down to at least 1949 around there. See, it's kind of flat. And then you see some action here. And this is all monthly charts. The first thing I like to do when I look at a chart, I just look at it plain. And I see, what is it doing? No indicators, no cycles. I just want to see, what does the chart look like? And just looking at it, it looks like we made a high here at 50. It came down all the way to 12 and change. Went as high as 30, and we're just kind of here. And there's this big battle between the bulls and the bears. Maybe some manipulation, who knows? It's just ugly right here on the monthly charts. And now we look like if we don't hold, maybe we'll probably head to somewhere around, 20, test that pivot, just right here and right there. So that 20, 21, 20 and change could be interesting if we get there. I mean, it's not, it's like it made a high and then made a low. It's just kind of like really not going anywhere, in my opinion. I want to add some things you can see. So from this low to this high, this is the 50%. When it was above this 50% from here, it was bullish. And then we come across, we're getting close back to it, 2179 from that point there. If we, I'm just measuring this, and I'm almost smack in the middle. And if you kind of picky, well, no, it's not. Let's get these current lows. Let's pick that one. Or pick this one. It doesn't matter. This is all monthly charts. And you can see with the 50, you're really close. You're not like even here. I'll bring around, 32. You're just kind of like here in the midpoint from the past here, not even including this high. So let's leave that there. And if you move it here, from that low there, which is 21, you're close to it too. I'm not trying to be picky on picking swing points. Next thing I want to show you, let's hide that one now, the one I just showed you. This is from this low here to this current high of 50, the 50%. You're below 25.57. You're just hovering around the midpoint of this whole range. So you're dabbling just in the middle. It's just a big battle zone there. Not strong, but it's not really weak. It's just kind of in the middle. If we take from this low to this high, this is another 50%. So 26.65, 25.57. Gann calls that the center of gravity. Now, let's hide these two. From this high to this low, you're trying to hold the 25%, which is that 22.69. Right? If you don't want to get too picky, you want to get this current low, you're almost going to kiss it, or you're probably going to head there, which is that 21.14, which is this pivot swing high, which could be support if we ever get down there. So from that measurement, 21.14, good buying opportunity if it ever gets down there, because you got the 25% and this as support, those pivots. Let's leave it for here. You're hovering around 25%. Well, I added that one, yeah. So this is there are two of them then. So I have the 22.76 and the 21.14, which would be a nice, buying opportunity if it gets down there. I'm just showing you levels, the big levels from these current swings. So if you take from this low to this high, you're and it's in retracement going down. This is the 75%, which is 18.77, and the 50% is here. So now I'm going to add all of these in here. I just want you to see the picture. There's a lot of 50% here. And the one that we kissed was that 29.11. I think it went as high as 30. There's some 50% here. And price action is below all these 50% right here. Only one that is above is this 50% right here, which I believe is that swing right here. Let me just take it out. One I added new. Yeah. So you take it out, you're below the 50%, which is here, but this is already the past. As you can see, it's on the weaker side using the 50% rule. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to just show you the price action on the silver's futures market. Right here is the daily, and on the left is the weekly. You can see that on the weekly, we're in the cloud. Linear regression channels are pointing lower. Medium point is pointing lower. The Akumo cloud on the weekly is now turning bearish. The future, it's indicating the future is not looking bright. While on the daily, you're below the cloud, and the cloud is still projecting negative into the future. It just now is pushing lower. So let's dissect this. The MACD just got a sell signal this last week. This is the 100, possibly support right now. You're at the bottom of the linear regression channel. This right here is going to be support 2077. Remember what I showed you earlier? That chart where those swing pivots on the monthly charts? That's all this around right here, which could be a buying opportunity if you think that we're going to, find support and buyers are going to come in. But they're going to have to defend like that 20 and change. This is the value area low, 1971. This whole pocket right here needs to hold. And then once you see that it forms a base or consolidates, and then maybe starts trending higher, in my opinion, that's when I think you could probably start nibbling. Or if you see volume, something just drastic changing, but it has to be around here. If this doesn't hold anywhere between 21 all the way to 1968, and it pushes lower, then that's not good. Chances are that silver is going to follow the weekly cycles that I showed you earlier. So this is the levels you want to keep an eye on right here. The value area low, point of control was 25. We failed. Value area high was 30 on the weekly. And this is looking 2 years back of price action. The trend is negative. You're below the 20, the 50. I don't even know where the 200 is. It's not showing up here. So that's what I see on the weekly. On the daily, you're below the 20, the 50, the 200, the 100, below the cloud. Linear regression is pointing down. You got a sell signal with the PPS somewhere around the 10th. McDaddy gave you a sell signal. So they were back to back. Boom, boom. Broke the MOBO. So you fail that. And this was 6 months. You go back into 3 months. Just to see the value area low is somewhere around right here, 2258. This is 3 months of data. And this was the point of control, 23. The value area high. And this is 3 months. If we can hold that into next week, 2558, you're in the cloud. You might probably come down here. And if you can't hold 2077, 1970 is extreme. If you can't hold that, or just kind of consolidates here, that's a good sign. You're not out of the woodworks, because now you're going to have to go back in, try to get above this cloud. And this is now going to be your resistance point, 26, which lines up with the point of control right here. You see it? And you got to get above the cloud in the short term. So short term, bearish, midterm, kind of chop, not looking good. If you get out of the cloud, then on the short term and in the midterm, you're bearish, very bearish. And if you can't hold any of these two levels I showed you with the weekly cycles that I showed you that are humping and just pointing down, doesn't look good to be buying, in my opinion. But that's what I'm seeing in the data. I'm not, sugarcoating it. I would remain cautious, buying. The trend is down and it's weak. Could be manipulation, could be not. But whatever it is, these are the levels you want to watch out for this week. If we find a bounce, then it's going to still be in the cloud, but at least wait till the daily gets above the cloud and find support, retest some key levels, and wait till you probably get out of the cloud. I haven't done a lot of the Gann stuff, but I just wanted to do the cycle and just show you the price action on what I'm seeing on silver. Hopefully you like this video. If you're a silver bull, just be patient. There's opportunities in silver. It's just gotta wait for the right time and the right moment, and you see the volume to confirm it, to get in, and at the right price action and price level. And this would be the area I would be watching. What I've been showing you since the beginning of this video. I'm going to sign out. I'll probably do another video, maybe post 2 today. I'll try. Well, we'll see.